Hey! Oh, then it's a message, Myron. Hmm. They use the one I sent you because I like it. I've been waiting forever. Okay. Now that it's set up. Oh, my restless leg syndrome is really bad. Oh, I'm hungry. One watching, and that's probably me. Probably gonna have to come a little earlier. Why does it say Arctic VSR at the top? This is so ghetto. Ow. I hate it here. Look at what he got. Can you show them your cane? Hmm? Randy? Aw. Gary and his 13-year-old kid are gonna do a stream. Yay! Hey. What do you want? Ow. I really need to get you to take your little claws trimmed. Ooh. Yeah, I do, huh? But you're gonna snap at them. You are going to snap at them. You're gonna try to bite them. You're gonna try to bite them. You're gonna try to bite them. Say hi. Hi, amigos. Mumpty baby. Hey. He's like, what are we doing here? Women, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, women? Go get your cane. Go try your cane. You got a lot to work on still. Grab it. Grab it. Grab it. Grab it for me. Can you grab it for me? No? What? What's you sniffing? Go get it for me. Go get it. Go get it. That's a big cane. Look. You gonna get it? Yeah. Go. He's working on it still. I think he likes it. Get it. Get it. Brr. 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 Get it. No. Go chew on your thing. Man, you're not done eating that thing. No. Go lay down. No. Do you hear a dog? It's a giant cane. See? It's a big, like, it's like a bone, like a beef thing, but it's a cane for Christmas. It's bigger than him. He was carrying that around the house. That was so funny. Good to be back. We had some improvement. I made myself a nice floor. Swap my chair. No more carpet. What are you doing? Can you lay the fuck down? Nah. You would be correct. If you see a dog, you would be correct. Hold on, Stealth needs something. Randy! Go lay down! Randy, come on. Shit. Shit. Give me one sec. Gotta get back into it. I should change my alerts. Hunting seasons for Jews. Okay.
Top. Don't forget to vote, ninjas.
Immediately sent representatives to both China and Russia after the
How does it do
ceasefire.
that?
Yeah, so after the ceasefire, guys, people went, Iran went weapon shopping. Okay, very important that you guys know this. Iran absolutely went weapon shopping after this shit.
Shop for more equipment. We'll explore this later on in the video. Finally, claim 3, Iran had the advantage during the war. This is partly true. You see, Israel's attack failed to decapitate Iranian leadership or produce regime.
And then also, Because Iran also declared a war too.
As quickly as we can, but there has to be a disarmament, that we have to disarm with Hamas. So one of the things we'll talk about, certainly, but
I'm listening
there
to
has
two
be
things at once.
a disarming of Hamas. Otherwise, very quickly, yeah.
Can you say anything more about the explosion in Venezuela that you mentioned in a radio interview? Did the military do that? Can you share any more details about
Well, it doesn't matter, but there was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs.
Overseas now to an ominous declaration by Iran, that country's president saying it's at, quote, total war with the U.S., Israel, and Europe. So let's bring in ABC's Marcus Moore. And Marcus, the Iranian president also says he wants to strengthen ties with Hamas.
Yeah, and Mary, while this wasn't Iran's supreme leader saying this was still a concerning statement from Iran's president, who's quoted as saying, "We are in a full-scale war with America, Israel, and Europe."
And this was a couple of days ago when he said this, chat.
Not want our country to stand on its feet. And this is notable for a couple of reasons. Certainly the timing. It comes just before Prime Minister Netanyahu is set to meet.
Just so you guys know, that's the main reason Netanyahu went over there. They'll lie and they're saying, oh yeah, it's Hezbollah disarmament. It's figuring out the Gaza peace plan and shit like that. The main reason why the Israelis are over there, guys, is for the Iran war. That is the number one reason why they're actually over there. Everything else they can kind of handle on their own, right? That's the main reason they came over there. And Netanyahu likes to do this. He likes to use other reasons as to why he's here. He does this shit all the time. This is kind of how they roll. What, this is like his 4th or 5th time here in the United States? 6th time? Bro's here like every 2 months.
With President Trump tomorrow, and it follows that unprecedented military action over the summer when Israel and the United States coordinated to attack Iran's nuclear program. So a lot could come from tomorrow's meeting, not only on the Iran issue, but also efforts to move to phase 2 of the ceasefire in Gaza. So as this meeting nears and the new year approaches, Mary, it is certainly clear that tensions remain high in the region.
They certainly do, Marcus. Thank you.
Yeah, not good at all.
Making moves on the world stage, how President Trump is handling allies and adversaries as part of his push for peace in the new year. Good morning. We are almost to a brand new year. I'm Molly Line. Bill and Dana are off today. Hi, Bill.
Hey, Molly. Good morning to you. Great to
Quick chats here. Tony Two Step says, as a Christian, I don't like the Jews, especially the ones that follow the Old Covenant, aka the Old Testament. The Jews hate New Covenant, aka the New Testament. L Jews, okay? Deuce says, MG asked earlier if you still keep in touch with your old homies because I'm trying to navigate maintaining old relationships with niggas that aren't at my same level of earning and lifestyle. I know you're a loyalty guy like me, but how do I not feel bad when my legacy friends group is below me in this regard? Just stay personable with them, hang out with them from time to time, but just don't put them in positions where they can fuck your shit up. That's all. You can still be good to them. Riddle, what's stronger than a nuclear bomb? Nuclear family, okay? Myron, and that's from Board Henry Ford. David Esparza says, Myron, I work for ICE and I worked over 100 hours per week and I made over 9K in only 2 weeks. And what do you recommend I do with the extra money? Save it, invest it. Use it towards getting your first real estate property, bro. That's what you should do if you don't already own a house. Use that money towards getting yourself your first real estate property. Let's see here.
I'm hungry.
Actually, you know what? This. $1 million midget. Actually, this is good too because it doesn't show the super chat doesn't block me, so that's good too, I guess. Bro, I remember as a young teen getting hit with your fresh Vic clips and thinking you were crazy. Looking back, if I followed what you were saying, I'd be way ahead today, W. Wyron. Appreciate that 1 million midgets, yeah. But bro, watching them cry victim after what they did to Gaza, fuck you,
I'm
yeah,
tired.
bro. That's what they do. That's what they do. Now, that's crazy that you were watching when you were a teen and now you're waking up. That's great. That's fucking hilarious, actually. That's really hilarious, man. So, cool. Awesome.
to be with you once again. I'm Bill Malugin.
So let's just get into this, right? So we went over all the lore, right? We know what's going to happen. We know that these motherfuckers want to go to war. We know that they want to go ahead and attack Iran because Iran is the last bastion standing against them that stands in between them and their hegemony in the Middle East. They obviously have a ballistic missile program that is competent, that can fuck them up. And we've seen that they've switched the goalposts. First it was nuclear weapons. Now it's like, oh, well, they're rebuilding their ballistic missile program. So now we want to attack them again for that. It was never about the ballistic missile program or the nukes. It was about simply getting a regime change. So here's what you guys need to know. Netanyahu has an election early this year. Let me look here when Israel has their elections.
What?
So legislative election be held by 27 October 26 to elect 120 members. So it's an election year for them, right? It's an election year, as you guys can see here, right? Oh, did you guys finish voting, by the way? Niggas, finish voting for me. Is this better or this better? Which one is better, niggas? This one, top or bottom? Let's see what the poll says. Hey, man. So only 100 of you niggas voted. Click the poll and vote, guys.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Click the poll and vote. Anyway. So, yeah, 2026 is a election year. Hold on, yeah. Israel, hold on. Israel Prime Minister election. Okay. So, it's an election year for him. Okay? So, it's do or die. This war is going to definitely happen.
What do you want?
I think sometime probably easily first quarter 2026. First quarter or at least by the summertime.
I didn't
because
stream
they
2
cannot
months.
afford for Iran to recalibrate and regain their strength. And Iran has been buying weapons, guys. They've been buying weapons. They've been arming themselves. They've been rebuilding themselves. So the Israelis don't want that. Because we saw that the ballistic missile program caused quite a bit of damage. Mara, why are Iranian citizens protesting? Probably a psyop. Probably a psyop like always.
Randy,
guys,
stop.
the Iranian people, watch.
It's not my fault that I had to do this.
It's a bunch of propaganda, bro.
Because I'm Jewish. Stop being
Israel's absolutely behind these Iranian protests.
What was that?
Because this is what they do. They use the propaganda.
Hold on.
I'll show you guys what I mean.
The Iran War finally happened, and the first casualty was the truth. The battle wasn't just limited to the skies over Israel and Iran. It raged.
Did you guys see this?
Don't let me, won't you?
One of the greatest military operations in history, Operation Rising Lion. The Islamic regime, which has oppressed you for nearly 50 years, threatens to destroy.
They always do this bullshit. They always do. Oh, yeah, they're oppressing you, bro. I'm talking to the people of Iran.
In my country, the state of Israel. We're also clearing the path for you to achieve your objective, which is freedom.
So this
operation
was actually code for regime change in Iran. In fact, the son of the deposed Shah, Reza Pahlavi, who works closely with Israel and the West, took to social media calling for uprisings.
See, look, he over here sending these people, sending them a message saying, oh, yo, the Islamic Republic has reached its end. Rise up.
Somebody
Bro,
gotta
they
go
hate this
pee-pee.
nigga even more than the Ayatollah.
I'm coming.
Soak City, what will we ever live in a world where U.S. does not cook for Israel? We'll take some time. Who was the second war versus Iran and them boys? They will both destroy each other, be honest. I think they'll both destroy each other. There will be no election. Isaiah Naivis. There'll be no election. I'm sure he will find ways to get around it like wartime powers. Yep. Fear. What would Iran victory cause? An Iran victory? Intervention from our side? Intervention from our side of potentially World War III. That's why I don't like this. E-money, fuck these kikes. And that's the scary part, bro. I don't know. That's the scary part, dude.
به پایان خود رسیده و در حال سقوط است. تنها یک خیزش همگانی
This isn't Arabic, guys. This is Farsi that he's speaking.
لازم است تا این کابوس برای
I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about, bro.
همیشه پایان یابد. اکنون زمان ایستادن است. زمان بازپسگیری ایران.
Israel's hope was that the Iranian people who were unhappy with the government for various reasons, ranging from domestic issues and the pressure of crippling sanctions on the country, would turn against the government and overthrow it. But this didn't happen. To Israel's surprise, Iranian leadership didn't buckle. Their surviving generals didn't betray the government, and the people didn't come out for an uprising. In fact, Iranian youth, even those who severely disliked the government, took to the streets to condemn Israel for the attack on their country.
Yeah, bro. It created the opposite effect. It made the rally around the flag effect.
بیشتر دراز میکنن به خاکمون داره تجاوز میشه. اگر عصبانی نباشم و اعتراضمو نشون بدم باید چیکار کنم؟ باید اینجا باشم. حضورم مهمه.
آمریکا طرفداری ملت ایران رو میکرد، زیاده گویی میکرد که من با مردم ایران خوبم، در صورتی که به مردم، به ملت، به دولت شبیخون زد.
آمریکا عوض میشه.
من تا آخرین قطره خون خودم و هموطنام دوست دارم وایسم، ایستادگی کنم و انتقام این کاری که در حق ایران کرد و ازش بگیرم.
باش نتانیاهو. Fuck you, Israel.
Fuck you. I guess that means fuck you.
In one attack, Israel bombed an Iranian media facility. During a presentation, an Iranian anchorwoman was forced to take cover.
That's crazy, bruh. They bombed her while she was on the news.
A few minutes later,
And then she went on another news station to show resilience and said, fuck Israel, we're not scared. I'm telling you, bro, they united the country, man. Dumbass niggas.
However, she returned to work and became a symbol of defiance for the country. Take a look at this video.
Okay, let's look here with the protests here.
Yeah, that was epic.
Young Turks has something here with the protest.
There was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up.
Bring the total number of people extrajudicially executed by the U.S. military at sea to 107. Now, again, the Pentagon has.
All right, looks like we're gonna do up top now, chat. All right.
Failed to provide a shred of evidence to the American people, proving that they are in fact going after, narco terrorists, a phrase or word that they kind of made up in order to drum up support for their military operations. And even if those boats were supposedly trafficking drugs to the United States, again, no evidence of that. Those boats can't even reach the United States. We don't just extrajudicially murder people. Cocaine, but even in that regard, it is a tiny percentage of the cocaine trade in the United States. The US military also launched its 30th strike on a fishing boat this week on Monday. The US has also been seizing Venezuelan oil tankers. Now, the latest killing.
I hate those cameras.
Bring the total number of people extrajudicially executed by the US military at sea to 107. Now, again, the Pentagon has failed to provide a shred of evidence to the American people, proving that they are in fact going after, narco terrorists, a phrase or word that they kind of made up in order to drum up support for their military operations. And even if those boats were supposedly trafficking drugs to the United States, again, no evidence of that. Those boats can't even reach the United States. We don't just extrajudicially murder people, especially when it comes to drugs, right? Like there's usually, you intercept, you ask some questions. If they're trying to traffic drugs, you bring them to justice in a different way. You don't just kill people, everyone on a boat. Now, the regime change is really what the Trump administration wants. Now, they don't say that publicly, but privately they.
Yeah, with Maduro, absolutely.
Have said it time and time again. And in fact.
Same with Iran.
fact, the chief of staff for the White House, Susie Wiles, admitted as much during an interview with Vanity Fair, saying that President Trump wants to keep on blowing boats up until Maduro cries uncle, meaning Nicolas Maduro, and people way smarter than me on that say that he will. However, if you just check in with Venezuela.
By the way, my last name is pronounced Nieves. Okay, Isaiah. Miguelito, Myron, do you think America will ever get nuked in our time or another century? I hope not in our time, bro.
Bruh, better not.
You will see that Nicolas Maduro seems to be, I'm sure it's all for show, but he's putting on like a cheery face. He has no intention of stepping down despite the U.S. military buildup off the coast of Venezuela, despite the fishing boats being struck, despite the oil tankers being seized. He remains steadfast in staying in power and has offered the Trump administration pretty much everything they want in regard to oil reserves. But clearly that's not what the Trump administration is really out for. They want regime change. And for someone like Secretary of State Marco Rubio, this is also very much ideological.
So here's what we know and what we don't know. Number one, we know it's not about the drugs. Donald Trump Jr.'s nose holds more drugs than Venezuela does. The last thing that's clear is how painfully dumb this war is. Literally no one in America wants it. We can't even figure out who the secret people are though. 127 times, and after Netanyahu came, Trump talked about bombing Iran again on behalf of Israel. So Iran is winning there because this would be a bigger conflict, 92 million people, potentially disastrous war in the Middle East. But guys, the biggest takeaway from all of that is no matter who you vote for, you always get a neocon. Trump ran on it.
Okay, he's being nice about it. Yeah, no matter who you get, you always get a Jew, sir. That's what we really.
Come on, Myron.
You know, I know Chuck doesn't want to say that, but it's okay, I will say it. No matter what you do, you always get a fucking Jew in place, okay? And if you don't get a Jew, it's a Jewish cock-sucking faggot. Every single time, okay?
This is the most pro-war administration I've seen since Dick Cheney, but I mean, he's putting Dick Cheney to shame. Dick Cheney had to work super hard to get us to invade Iraq.
Why doesn't let me?
And Trump doesn't work hard at all. He's invading, I think he's bombed about 8 countries so far. Doesn't ask anybody for permission, doesn't declare war through Congress, doesn't make a case. We can't even figure out why he's bombing Venezuela. And so he just does it anyway. So the real problem isn't any of this. The real problem is corruption.
More emotes, actually.
As long as we have bribery legalized in this country, you're always going to get a deeply corrupt president. It doesn't matter which party they're from, and they're always going to start wars and make you pay for it, and it's always going to be on behalf of someone else and not us.
Bummer.
The real problem isn't any of this. The real problem is corruption. Because as long as we have bribery legalized in this country, you're always going to get a deeply corrupt president. It doesn't matter which party they're from, and they're always going to start wars and make you pay for it, and it's always going to be on behalf of someone else and not us.
The fuck? Your video fuck up or what?
I mean, I still knock it a little bit, but it's so much better.
In Iran, or they're pretending to. And why would they pretend
I can't really
That's also very interesting. So let's dive into it.
So if you look at the headlines in American media, you'll notice, well, something similar to what I'm about to read from the New York Times. Their headline read that surge of economic pain pushes Iranians to the streets, high inflation and a currency collapse has squeezed Iranians' budgets, challenging the country's leaders. Now, let me just say that it is true that Iran is really suffering economically. Part of the reason why is due to Trump increasing economic sanctions and making it more difficult for Iran to sell oil. So that certainly has something to do with it. But their currency seems to have collapsed. And so I don't deny for a second that Iranians are unhappy. I'm sure that some of these protesters decided to hit the streets organically. However, what's interesting is when you juxtapose that headline with what's being reported in Israeli media, well, you get a completely different story. So why don't we take a look at the Jerusalem Post, which noted that Mossad spurs Iran protests, says agents with demonstrators in Farsi message. As protests
I'm getting
Iran,
to kick
the
real
Mossad
quick.
posted an unusual Farsi message urging demonstrators to act, saying it is with them in the streets amid rising economic pressure and public unrest. So it could be that people were frustrated with how the economy is going in Iran, started to take to the streets, and you might have Mossad agents involved, essentially egging them on or serving as provocateurs. And in fact, if you look at Mossad's Farsi X account, they have multiple accounts on X. One of them is
It's just not taking me anywhere.
Let's come out to the streets together. The time has come. We are with you.
Yo, they've always done this, bro. Niggas don't give a fuck anymore.
Not just from afar and verbally, we are with you in the field as well. And the Jerusalem Post reports in that same article that I read the headline from that the statement was a rare open acknowledgement from the Mossad regarding ongoing operations in Iran. Following the 12-day war, Mossad director David Barnea released a rare statement foreshadowing the spy agency's activities in Tehran, telling the general public that Israel will continue to be
later,
there
I guess.
like we have been there. And as we know, Israel has been pushing for regime change in
It
Iran,
is
so
what
it
it
wouldn't surprise me
is.
at all if they had operators within Iran, Mossad agents within
Successful
the country,
action and range. I
serving
was
as
impressed.
provocateurs to
It's
egg on,
okay.
you know,
The
civil
real
unrest.
star is your penguin
But
pal in the
I'll
spotlight.
give you a sense of how
Yeah,
Israel is
right?
responding to the protesters in just a moment. But this is a little bit concerning, right? Because the
They
United
didn't
States,
make a lot of
luckily,
those.
has not been dragged into a full-out war with Iran yet. We know that Benjamin Netanyahu has been pushing Trump to engage in a regime change war, as he's been doing, by the way, for many
Blind
decades now.
watchmaker. You
But
make
what do you think is really
watches?
going on here? Because you did raise an
That's
interesting
cool.
question. It could just be that Mossad is bluffing here, although I feel that Mossad has agents pretty much everywhere, in every country. It would not surprise me if they had Mossad agents operating out of Iran right now.
No, the Mossad's all over Iran. That's no question at all. The question is, why are they publicly announcing it? So let me take it one step at a time. First, about American
Because they
media.
give no fucks.
Yeah, look, their job's not to cover the news. Their job is to cover up the news. So when you're talking about unrest in Iran, is Israel or the CIA driving that unrest should be one of the very first questions you ask as a reporter, but it's religiously not covered by the American press because God forbid they should challenge power, right? So yes, inflation and the currency are giant issues and an actual part of the reason, huge part of the reason for those protests as far as we can tell from the outside based on all of the reporting. But to leave out one of the biggest factors, as usual on behalf of Israel, is always super strange. So be wary of American media. They purposely don't tell you the whole picture.
What?
And that's the best case scenario for them. All right, now you go to Israeli press, where it's much
That's
more open.
wild.
It's fascinating. Maybe because it's harder to call the Israeli press anti-Semitic, but they have a much more open press, and we learned a lot from them. So in this case, why is Mossad announcing in the Israeli press and in Farsi so that the Iranians hear it, oh, we're right there in the streets with you? So there's a couple of possibilities. One is general psyops, just confuse your enemy, make them wonder if Mossad's in the crowd, making it more likely to fire into the crowd so that then the crowd gets angrier. Maybe, but that gets confusing. I'm not quite sure which way that breaks out, right? A second reason could be that they're just at the point, Israel's at the point where they're rubbing it in
Happy New Year to you
We
too.
control the planet. There's nothing you could do. We're the ones creating this riot. We're going to topple you.
Okay.
Sheldon Adelson's going to fly Jonathan Pollard, the American trader, back on his private jet. Haha, America. We serve Israel. We don't serve you. They're just letting us all know Israel's in charge. Now, that doesn't have
He
much of
won't
a
leave me
purpose,
alone.
but I don't know. Their hubris is unmatched. I've never seen a country this arrogant before in my life, ordering everyone what to do, toppling regimes, attacking all of their neighbors, and getting anyone who objects across the world fired through their agents in all these different countries. So maybe they're just at the height of their power and overly arrogant. But again, that's so stupid that it's unlikely coming from Israel, who's usually pretty good about strategy. All right, now finally, the third possibility, Anna, is one I don't think a lot of people are thinking about. So look, what does Israel always demand? Regime change. They say, getting rid of your non-existent nukes.
I mean, bro, it's 100% intel psyop. So it is what it is, man. But the war is gonna come. They want the
Yeah.
war. But you guys know the lore. I think the biggest reason why it took them so much time is because they need U.S. support, because they need to intercept their missiles, because Iran is absolutely gonna hit them back hard, and Iran absolutely.
Okay, so here's the thing. Now that it's working, I'm getting pretty tired. I just wanted to reset that up again. We'll be back sometime this week. I'm demonetized, so I'm like not as motivated, and it doesn't let me stream. You really don't. You just don't let me stream. Like, you're out there, you start crying. Then I said him with his dad, and anyways, ain't even my dog, technically. Well, I don't think he's going anywhere. We lost some funding for the doggies, so I had to work on that. Yeah. Anyways. Okay, fine. We're gonna stop the stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. For the 3 people who are here. Or maybe that's just you, blind watchmaker. But thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Okay, good night.